Let me ask y'all a question. When you look at my brothers, what's your first impression? Does the sight of us leave you guessing? Or do you understand the stressing, the aggression, the look of no hope on my brother's faces, like the Lord overlooked us when he handed down his graces? You see, embraces fall short on the numb tips of street entrepreneur fingers, stuck in the walls of the project halls where the coke smell still lingers. External blingers is all we can be, cause on the inside we've been given nothing to shine on. And a gig is harder to get than coke, so brothers get their grind on. And the TV says, aim high, brother, make all goals lateral. But that takes paper that we don't have, so brothers put their souls up as collateral now. Deaf Poet, Black Ice.
Can I get a yeah? Yeah! How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing? Let's welcome y'all to the second ever episode of The Sanctuary. Can y'all make some noise for that? Make some noise for that. You might wonder why did I call it an episode. It's because the full show is being recorded and then also put back out there on YouTube. So hopefully the same way old shows in the past were full shows recorded, you can go back into and hear all the poetry. We're doing that with this. Can y'all make some noise for that for actually, there we go. I'm gonna give you a bit of an introduction about the Sanctuary, and then we're gonna get into why we are all here. This is the Sanctuary Poetry Showcase. My hope with this showcase is really twofold. For one is for those who are either first-time poetry listeners, to have just a nice introduction to what poetry can really do for people. And also for those who love poetry already, to provide a safe space for poets to come feel safe and just be themselves on this stage. If that's cool, can y'all say cool? Cool. So I hope that both of those experiences are achieved here, both for the first-time poetry listeners and also for those who have been in the game for a minute. If this is your first time ever at a poetry show, can you raise your hand? Okay, at this poetry event. Okay, there we go. We got some first timers. I see some liars, but I see some first timers. All right. For those who it's your first time here at the Sanctuary, can y'all try to guess where I got the name Sanctuary from? And I got it from, I'll give you a clue, from like a black cultural movie. Okay, so we have, you're very warm. What movie did you say? Oh, I heard the movie over here. Yes, okay, yes. So the inspiration of the title, The Sanctuary, came from the movie Love Jones. Yes. For those who are poets, a lot of us don't like the movie Love Jones because it is like the poster child for poetry, but the poetry in the movie is not necessarily high quality poetry to many people. But the name The Sanctuary, the open mic that was inside the movie Love Jones was called The Sanctuary. So I'm trying to pay homage to Love Jones, to black culture, to 90s culture, and that's how the name The Sanctuary became. Yes, thank you. So there's intention behind it. The name wasn't just this cool idea. I wanted to really pay homage with it, and I wanted to really be what it is. I want poets to be on stage, to feel safe, and I want people who are in the space to also feel safe. If that's cool, can y'all say cool? All right. I want to do a few shout outs. Can we shout out Nico? Say, hey, Nico. Hey, Nico. Nico is the man behind the camera. If you've seen any of our videos in the past, Nico is the man who recorded and also put those together. And he's our resident cameraman for the Sanctuary. So shout out Nico. Can y'all say what up, Darius? Oh, excuse me. Say what up, DJ Satisfied. What up, DJ Satisfied? Yep, he's here on the ones and twos. If you are enjoying your vibe, if you're enjoying the music, thanks to DJ Satisfied. Can y'all say, what up, Smack Village? What up, Smack Village? All right, so the space we're in right now is, as you all know, because you walked in here, is a dispensary. But what you don't know is it's the first black-owned dispensary here in New York City. Yes. Not only is it the first black-owned dispensary, but the people who got the license here got it under one of New York's laws. It's one of the first laws that's kind of in touch with the idea of reparations, meaning the individuals who got the license are also formerly incarcerated. So they got to be able to get one of the first licenses due to an incarceration that was related to, cannabis. So shout out New York and shout out with that work that's happening here. Yeah. If you are hungry, we got food for sale. Can y'all say, hey, Miss Lewis? Hey, Miss Lewis. In about 5 minutes, the food will be ready. If you can get food anytime, just please be quiet, be mindful if poetry is happening. But we got food for sale back there. I tried to let everybody know that this was a BYOB space. If you didn't get the memo, I have a little bit of complimentary wine that will be in the back that will have somebody be able to pour up. But also during the intermission or anytime, you can also run, grab a drink, and bring it here. You can drink whatever while you're here. Though we are at a dispensary, and though there is spaces you can smoke, you can't smoke in this space, but we do got a smoke room in the back. So if you want to go smoke in the back, just let me know. We got to make sure there's a staff member back there, but we got a space for anybody who wants to smoke. Cool. If y'all rock with everything so far, can y'all say cool? Cool. All right. I want to see who we have in the building. I know we have a lot of people from a particular area in the building, but I'm going to save them for last. Anybody? We got Queens in the building? We got Queens? Okay, we got a little, okay, Queens. How about Brooklyn? Yeah. We got Brooklyn in the house. Yo, this is like the first time I've been somewhere where Brooklyn was like the minority. Yeah, hold it down, Gordon, hold it down. Shout out, yes, yeah, there you go. Do we have, I'm not going to say Manhattan. Do we got Harlem in the building? Okay, we get a little louder. Oh, do we got the Boogie Down in the building? We got the Bronx? All right. Harlem and the Bronx look like y'all going back and forth right now. I know they in the building. Do we got Jersey in the building? Yeah. Shout out Jersey. Yes. I recently moved to Jersey. So I am now, I guess I got to cheer now whenever we say what up, Jersey. If y'all will allow me to cheer on behalf of Jersey, I would love to be able to do so. I appreciate y'all. But again, yeah, thank y'all for being here. Thank for the poets for being here. The show will not be what it is for the poets. Every poet who is here, I reached out to personally. I believe they, embody of the vision and the spirit of what the sanctuary is. And you all are the kind of poets that I want people to experience poetry through. So thank y'all for giving us your time and your art. All right, I may have a bunch more announcements throughout the show, but y'all ready for some poetry? Say word. Ready some poetry? Say word. All right, I think, is it okay if I can start off the show for y'all? Can I be y'all first poet? Okay. I want to take off this scarf, but Gordon got me embarrassed to show my chest. Yeah, we here. A few more announcements, actually. You may not hear the poets plug themselves after the show, and that's kind of intentional. I really want the focus of what happens on stage to be the poetry, but I really want to encourage everybody here to please mix and mingle with the poets. If you hear something that you like, please tell them, find them during the mission, say, I appreciate your work. And I also will be announcing we have a lot of merch here. A lot of poets who are here don't do this as a side hustle. This is their main hustle, or this is their hustle on the same playing field as their main hustle. So if they have merch, please do their best to support them, or at least just give them a word of encouragement. Also, this is actually very important. Audience, y'all's energy is crucial. As poets, we really feed off of energy, and it's really helpful for us on stage to know that people are receiving what we're spilling out, giving you our heart through our art. So let's practice real quick. I know we have Thanksgiving on Thursday, so what I want y'all to do is make the sound that you make when you bite into your best mac and cheese. All right, so there you go. So if you hear something you like, you say mmm. All right, for those of you who have not been at a poetry show, you can also snap like this, okay? If you're really moved, you can clap. There you go. If your hands are hurting, you can use your feet. You can stomp. If you hear something you really like, you can ask the poet to run it back, but just know sometimes that could be distraction. So only do it if you really, really feel moved about what that poet just said. But also some poets don't mind, so if you feel led, feel led. If that's cool, say cool. I used to talk about God a lot more than I do now. I could point the blame in many directions. Afraid to offend a non-believer, avoiding the label of the churchy friend, but to be honest, it's because I cared more what others think about me than what God did. I used to close my eyes to pray before I ate, no matter where I was. I don't anymore. I'm too concerned if the person sitting across from me knows you like I do, wondering if they will find my faith funny, laugh at my delusion, confused how I can believe in a God in a world where death is always the elephant in the room, where hospitals are a war zone and children are used for target practice. They wonder how I can believe in a God that allows so much pain to plague his people, who plays suffering on repeat as if he loves the sound. Somebody once told me that, Imani, your God is a doctor who requires his people to be his patients, like he needs them to be sick or something. They wonder how I can believe in a God that allows so much killing in his name, that allows the harmony of hymnals and hanging in his home. At some point, I started to pray with my eyes open. That way people couldn't tell if I was praying or just deep in thought. I eventually stopped praying at all. Went from not talking about God to not talking to God, and just like that, a snowfall became an avalanche. I could barely see his silhouette through so much fog, my faith more flaky than ever. God, I'm sorry. I felt like I needed someone else's permission to bring you into the room. Like you weren't already in the room. Like you ain't built the house.
That's right.
Laid the foundation brick by brick. Like I needed someone else's permission to bring you into the room. Like their non-belief had more of a right to be here. Like you didn't die to be here. God, I'm sorry. I had to find the courage again to be loud about my love, to be proud about my praise. And just when I forgot what that felt like, I heard the voice of Felicia Kane, "Look up, child." So I looked up and I saw my Muslim brothers and sisters honoring you boldly and without shame. Their bodies praying louder than their words. Their bodies praying louder than the words. The sidewalk becoming a mosque 5 times a day. God willing falling from their lips as if ritual. They wear their worship as if wardrobe. They wield their worship as a weapon. And now I will too. I will close my eyes when I pray because yes, I believe in God. I believe in a God who decided I was worthy of giving life to. I believe in a God who designed a woman so beautiful and so perfect and assigned her to me. I believe in a God who crafted a world so complex, more than any mind can fathom. I believe in a God who doesn't force my faith, but allows me to find that I believe in God because I believe in miracles. And miracles are more than fables, more than folklore or fairy tale. They are very real. I believe in God because grandma beat breast cancer after being told she only got 6 months left to live. Because I met a man, true story, I met a man who was injured while in prison, paralyzed for over 10 years. And 2 months after I meet him, he walks into my office, no wheelchair, no crutches. Yes, God, that is the God that I believe in, so I will no longer pray in silence. I won't be discreet about my devotion. I won't be subtle about the scripture. I will pray and I'll be proud about it. I will close my eyes. I will bow my head. I might even raise my hands. And I will pray. And I won't give a damn who's watching.
Yeah!
Check. All right. I appreciate y'all. Before we get back into the show, how am I sounding? Is it mic back good? Mic back good? I sound good in the back? All right, cool. Thank y'all for letting me warm up the stage, but y'all didn't come in for me. Y'all came for the poets. So your first poet, who's also going to, appreciate y'all. We're going to have one more poet also warm up the stage. He's not just a poet. He's also a DJ, not just a DJ. He's the DJ for the night. Can y'all start clapping right now? Also coming from the Bronx, give it up for DJ Satisfied as the next poet who comes to the stage, y'all.
It was the blood
of a sky father that mobilized all his children to fight for survival. See, there's a reason they warned us against using the magic that flows through our veins when it was the blood of a Joshua that so many believe will save them, yet they fail to realize that blood came from a brown-skinned boy, that his blood sanctified the land. We have forgotten how to worship a land so steeped in our lineage that even their water cycle ends with us. When we run off their ships, Yemaya is there to welcome our lifeblood. When the rain runs us off the mountaintop, it cannot help but homogenize with the hemorrhage hemoglobin they stole from us. With our hair thick as the wool that adorns their god's head, we gin that cotton and chop that sugar cane until you told us we could stop. We make our oppression work for you until you tell us we can stop. Only we never got to stop, not when the infants cried the same tears that used to well up in their mother's eyes, not when a mother cries for every time her baby won't get to see the sunshine. See, we've been crying, and if you had it your way, we'd be teary-eyed till the end of time. Every time I cry, my mother sobs. Her God weeps for his people, but even his lament could not beat back the blaze which sought to boil our blood, the blaze, even which after doing so still could not swallow us whole. See, blood be a powerful thing. It does more than tears ever should. A transfusion be a more worthy sacrifice than wailing ever could. They salted the earth with our essence, then subjugated those who knew how to use their blood to corrode the chains on their souls. So no, I have no sympathy left for those whose ideals would keep us in their back pocket, nor tears left to shed for the exploitation of my people. Only blood to quench the thirst of the land. Yeah. Good night.
One more time for DJ Satisfied, y'all. One more time. All right, we're gonna keep this going. So, this next poet, for those of us who have been in poetry for a while, I'm sure we all remember the grind it took to really kind of like just get used to being out in the scene. Like open mic to open mic, event to event, it really is a hustle getting plugged in and really just kind of like finding places to be a poet in. So this next poet I've seen do just that. I don't think there is a platform I've not seen him at. He's always supporting, always showing love, and I've seen his pen and his writing improve tenfold. So this next poet is coming out of Brooklyn. He graduated from NYU magna cum laude. He's a black scientist. He's a math and science teacher for high school students. Can y'all give it up? Make some noise right now. Give it up for the next poet, for Mr. Duval. Yes, sir.
My name is Mr. Duval, and I title this poem, Jade. He sings a poet, but off-key a person. I wonder if the poetry community loves Jade the poet more than Jade the person. As if the bars he spit get mixed in with the tears that insist their validation. Any poem titled after you is an ode to yourself. So here's my spoken word, or spoken letter to myself. Dear Jade, Jade, the AAA battery, autism, ADHD, anxiety, all the times that people had ran out of life. Jade, the Bronx born, Brooklyn bred, Queens residing, Manhattan wandering, Harlem trotting, Staten Island dodging, New York stomping. Jade, know your hood. Who, what, where, when, and why were the only W's to ask. Jade, the emergency room patient. Jade, the suicidal defying skeleton because he shedded both thick skin and tears. Jade, meanwhile, mommy never needed to shed tears because her son was always there to evaporate them. Jade, an earthly son, but cold and distant like Neptune. Jade, the invalidated, venomous, venting, vitriolic victim, vindicated for his vindictiveness. A vortex of visions has been a volatile visitor. Jade, The two most important Christmas presents were for and give. Jade, because ain't no Christmas without forgive. Jade, embrace cavities. Life ain't fair. Life ain't fairy. What's wisdom without smiling in memory books? Jade, crying gets hard when knowledge of self is the path of least resistance. Root, canal. Jade, the imperfect square that knows his roots. Jade, the non-terminating decimal. Jade's OCD is like a mathematical radical. He's not repeating himself enough to sound more irrational. Jade the teacher because 6'7" has given kids more field days than I've given them field trips. Jade the engineer. Being built different means being left to your own devices. Jade the scientist. He's got more chemistry than solid rocks, liquid assets, and gaslighting. Jade the slams he smokes. Jade the poetry is chemotherapy. Jade, stage 67 lung cancer for performing on stage 67 times. Jade the man who's graced this very stage before he's given himself grace. Jade, fuck the order he performs when he'll just order the usual. Appetizer, eat. Main course, 8. Jade the poetically emotional nigga. His pen. Jade the artist because he draws pictures. Jade the poet because he draws words. Jade knows pictures are worth 1,000 words. Jade the child of heaven. Jade the parent. Nigga, I'm raising hell. Jade is your brother because blood is thicker than thick skin. Jade, he thinks the last time he felt suicidal was when he killed himself with kindness. Jade, stop saying Jade. Jade, stop talking in third person. Shut the fuck up. I love you. I love you. I love you because you are Jade the poet, Jade the person, Jade the poet, Jade the person, Jade the poet, Jade the person, Jade, Jade. Jade, like the stone. Star like his parents' son. Duval like the valley. Jade like Anakin Skywalker minus the prophecy. Jade like Bed-Stuy before gentrification. Jade like his pen works, but so do his waterworks. Jade the ode, the jam-packed and discombobulating eccentric. Jade? Jade the poet knows his best piece, but Jade the person knows his favorite piece. Signed, yours truly, a AAA battery, autism, ADHD, anxiety, all the times. Yet I never ran out of life.
That's right! One more time, keep it going, keep it going. One more time, Get ready for Mr. Duval, y'all. Yes. For this next poet, we had two poets who had to cancel at the last minute. One got sick, and the other's dating the one that got sick. So as a good boyfriend, he's taking care of her. So two of them aren't going to be able to make it. However, we do have a nice surprise for your next poet. So this next poet, I met her in 2023. I met her when she was competing in the Women of the World Poetry Slam. A cool thing about meeting her is, like, if any of you slam before, sometimes when you're at a slam, like, you're not your most personable self, and the other people are also not the most personable selves either. So it's not the space to really, like, be friendly always and meet people and kind of have a good time. But this poet, like, despite the energy that was with this big national slam, was very kind, very friendly, very warm. And I really, really appreciated just her energy when I was there and in the space. She's from, most importantly, she's from Atlanta, Georgia, y'all. She's visiting right now. Give it up for Atlanta. So coming all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. She also featured last night on Friday Night Soul. She also has a chat book back there called My Name is Faith. Start clapping right now. Give it up for your next poet, Faith, Jene, y'all. Give it up. All the way to the stage.
Hey, y'all. I'm from the South. Okay, so a couple years ago when I decided I was going to be a poet, I wrote a poem and memorized it in 6 days and was like, I'm going to use this poem to introduce myself to community. And then also there's a song by a poet named Sonny Patterson, and it's called Faith Ain't Got No Eyes. So I'm going to open it with that poem or with that song, and then I'm going to do my piece. Faith ain't got no eyes, but she got long legs. That's probably why my mama stand proud. Faith ain't got no eyes, but she got long legs. That's probably why my mama don't cry. It's probably why my mama don't cry. My name is Faith. I was born on a Louisiana morning at 7:49 a.m. a Sunday, my favorite day. It reminds me when they say, and God created the heavens and the earth, and on the seventh day she rested. Well, I know on that Sunday, God stayed up just to take her time with me. I'm a double Pisces, sun and moon. Like Erykah Badu, I guess this means that I am the best thing to ever happen to anyone in my life. It is true. I do think that. I find myself hilarious too. I'm delusional enough to believe that everything I touch is magic. I'm a magician. I'm also a kid. I dream a lot, but for years now, I've been having this nightmare that I'm getting chased, and sometimes being chased in my dreams is the only time where I feel wanted. Dear self, you're great. And if anyone hasn't told you today, remember, I love you. You are wanted. When I was younger, I used to have conversations with myself for hours on end. I was my first best friend. Have you ever broken up with a best friend? I miss me. Hey, Faith, can you remember? Can you remember when they used to ask us, why are you always smiling? Ain't nothing to be happy about. We used to live in love in that constant state of gratitude in life. Just tasted so much better that way, so we smiled. I miss that too. Lately, I do this thing where I get really emotional in public. It's like my eyes are opening. I just see, like I can look at you. And I see you. And I see you. And I see you. And you are all so beautiful. And then I go home and I have a hard time seeing myself. I have a complicated relationship with mirrors. I used to avoid them completely. I couldn't understand why God would put me in this skin like me. God is also a magician. Like me, everything she touches is magic. God has given me the light of the sun. The only trade, sometimes others would wish that they could light like me. Take their desires and twist them to envy my beauty. Is that why they treated me like a rotten tree? Went on for so long, I believe their stories were my reality. I'm the seed. I can see. My energy is so high, not even the sky can reach. I'm abundant. I can thank my ancestors for that one. I do not mind sharing. Sometimes, though, I fly so high, I forget what it feels like to breathe. I feel lost. I haven't felt home for a while. I'm not tied down to any place or any person. And sometimes I lose the keys to the walls I built inside of myself, so not even my body feels like a safe space. Dear Faith, I hear you, dear Faith. I hear you, dear Faith. I hear you. I have been talking to myself again. And for the first time in years, I finally heard my name. My name is Faith. She means unwavering trust. I have been trusting myself again. I have been seeing how high my seed could truly reach. Last night, I had a dream where I looked into the mirror, but this time, I was not being chased. Hey, Faith, I see you. Faith ain't got no eyes, but she got long legs. That's probably why my mama stand proud. Faith ain't got no eyes, but she got long legs. That's probably why my mama don't cry. That's probably why my mama don't cry. That's probably why my mama don't cry. My name is Faith Jene. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm so sure I gotta adjust it after every person who comes up here. One more time for Faith, y'all. One more time. Faith, thank you. Thank you for bringing all that to New York City. We appreciate you. All right, so this next poet is electric, lights any room that he walks into. Actually, I want to do something for people who may not have been to poetry events in the past. So for those who know what's about to happen, I'm going to promote someone's merch. So please help me let people who don't know what's going to happen know what to say. So next poet coming to the stage is Cito. Give it up for Cito Blanko, y'all. So, I mentioned at the beginning of the show that we have a lot of merch. So there's a table back there, and the table has, I believe, all the merch that's here. As throughout the show, I will plug the merch. So Cito has two things back there for sale. He has a poetry book called 98 cents. Someone asked me how much is it. Someone asked me how much is it. All right, so try this again. All right. So Cito has a book called 98 cents. How much is it? It's $20. That's basically free. There y'all go. So for those who didn't know what to say, now you know what to say. We might say it a few times tonight. Actually, you might say you haven't had to say it like in 2 seconds. He also has, it's actually pretty fire. I haven't seen many poets do this. He has his poetry album on vinyl. Yeah, his poetry album on vinyl. Somebody asked me the question. How much is it? $35. Only $35. There you go. So please, at some point throughout the night, go check out the merch. Go find a poet. Go find something. For coming all the way from the Bronx. He's a poet. He's an educator. Give it up for my man, Cito Blanko. Yes, sir.
Mic check. I fuck with it. I talking about basically free in this economy. I'm bugging $35. I got a discount, $10 off the vinyl for anybody want it. Type. On the pursuit of enlightenment, so I think I get the point. But you think that you get to point every time that I disappoint? I don't think you understand how my Father anoints. No matter how many times I slide, He still gives me the power to run the point through the wire. But just because I'm blessed don't mean I won't trip up on that currency and lay over in the outlets of my uncertainties while I hear whispers of who I'm supposed to be. I got survivor's guilt on one shoulder and damn homie in high school on another. I found my soul for me, but I got that degree from my mother. Exhaling, releasing the thoughts to stop me from exhaling. Tick tock, it's given 30 minutes to 7. And do you know what my sanity is? I'm no longer indicating through my high ways. So I put down the keys to the Hellcat that's blackish. Put the white picket fence in my rear view. I'm tired of honking in traffic. Bronx education, I have to go back and dot my I's and cross my T's. I'm not trying to be stuck between two lines. Because that ain't it. I don't know what I'm screaming for. You can already feel the soul in my discrepancies. I'm putting right to the ambition that's left in me. Quoting Mike Jack while I brush my teeth. Talking to the eye that's looking at me. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Tell me what you saw. From the soulless moments to the I'm so appalled, nigga. Strip that ego. And show me them flowers.
One more time for Cito Blanko, y'all. One more time. Yes. All right, we're going to keep this going. This next poet, let me make sure I got the right person. This next poet, honestly, I think one of the flyest brothers I know. Very, 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 very fly brother. Also coming out of Queens. Anybody, where Queens at? Okay. So this next brother is a poet coming out of Queens. He has written and co-produced 3 short films. His short films have been shown at 15 plus film festivals and has traveled across 5 countries. Can y'all start clapping right now? Coming all the way from Queens. He's a poet, he's a filmmaker. Give it up for Jene, the machine, all the way to the stage. Yes, sir.
In the morning and I. We say we are our ancestors' wildest dream. But I know my ancestors dream bigger than takeout boxes that stay out a little too long. Skeleton-filled closets in a cemetery of wrongs, clothes piled in the corner of a bed, untended, unfolded, lips that no longer know their own songs. Bigger than corporate obedience and commitment issues, reckless expenditures and $400 shoes, knowing nothing of what you want and everything about what you refuse, knowing less about love and more about use, less about keep and more about lose. My ancestors' dreams must have been wilder than loss. Knowing the shape of grief but not how to hold it, realizing the worth of something only after you've sold it, looking down upon others to make yourself emboldened. My ancestors didn't dream of my unearned arrogance. How I've let a languid tongue flush their language out of my mouth. How I'm always certain I'm taking the right route when on most days I can't even tell my north from my south. And on most days I'm trying to keep a leash on my doubt. And on most days I'm trying to keep a leash on my doubt. And on most days I can't find the right route. My ancestors didn't dream of my lack of direction. My admiration of the storm and ignorance of the calm. My ancestors' dreams must have been bigger than that, because if I truly am their wildest dream, then that would mean my ancestors never had a dream worth a damn. And you don't dig into the dirt making roots of yourself if your dreams ain't worth a damn. You don't peel pages from your skin to teach your kids how to read if your dreams ain't worth a damn. You don't break branches from your bones just so they can feed if your dreams ain't worth a damn. You don't fertilize seeds for a future you'll never see, letting your blood map freedom from the river to the sea if your dreams ain't worth a damn. So nah, I am not my ancestors' wildest dream. But I hope to be their greatest redemption. I hope to prove their burial to be the planting of prosperous seeds, to be the reason somebody else's dream proceeds, while my brothers no longer bleed, while mothers no longer grieve and start to believe again. You say you're not your ancestors' wildest dreams. Maybe there's some truth to that. A lot of our dreams lie in the bottom of the ocean along with our lineage. You say you're not sure of yourself, but some of our feet never made it to shore. We never got to be bored, lazy, lethargic, only warriors, survivors, starving. We didn't always get to be artists. You feel like a failure because you can't make sense of what your art is, but you've made sense of what your art is, and I'll be the first to tell you it is something beautiful. It is spirit untethering, morphing, being birthed back into self. Your tongue may have lost some of its history, but the spirit is still present in the way you braid ancestry and godliness, making something holy of yourself, of us. Petit garçon, wap tout fait tout sans raison. Wap pensé à tout attention qui pas même exister. You are suffocating beneath the weight of your need to be more, but did you ever stop to think that maybe more wasn't our dream, that we may have craved and prayed for the day that we got to do less and still feel safe? Do not hold your ancestry like it is some burdensome strange fruit hanging over your head. What you hold in your hands is the fruit of our labor. It is the juice you get to sip on as you lay at the beach beneath the sun that shines on you and not against your broken back. As you get to lazily drag your toes through the sand with no memory of the bodies that were dragged before it. C'est la façon dont tu peux traverser entre les langues et c'est à toi de choisir la destination. En tout cas, we never asked you to be our wildest dream. You are here, and that is proof enough that our dreams were worth the damn. Now is the time for you to come up with a dream of your own. And all we can ever ask for is that you take this life you've been given and you live and you love more wildly or carelessly or tamely than your ancestors ever did. Because you have the choice. And aren't those the most beautiful dreams? The ones where you have a choice? Thank you.
Was that French? Creole? My bad. You're like his own culture there. My bad. It's not fair. He speak Creole and he tall and he fly. All right, one more time for Jene, y'all. One more time for Jene. For my poets in the room, or even if you're not a poet, if you're familiar with poetry, throw some names out there. Who are some poets that inspired you in your poetry journey? Ebony Stewart. Okay, shout out to Ebony Stewart. Who else? Who are some poets that inspired us? Say it again. Carver's a song. Okay. Alicia Harris. Can I get some more names? Yeah, Brittany Barker. King Camillera. Hey, I like it. I'm asking this question because when I first found poetry, I found poetry in 2010. And for me, finding poetry meant like scouring YouTube for poetry. Like I was like, I heard it once, I liked it. It's like, I gotta eat more, I gotta feed more. One of the first platforms I came across was Def Poetry Jam. Anybody heard for Def Poetry Jam? Yes. Something about Def Poetry like really captivated me. Like just seeing a stage and an audience there just for poetry. It really, really moved me. And part of the inspiration behind the sanctuary is also Def Poetry. I really, really want people who are experiencing poetry for the first time to be able to go back on YouTube, look up poetry that was happening around 2025, and find the sanctuary. And not just find the sanctuary, but to find the poets that are here. I really want, the same way I can go on YouTube right now and Google Black Ice, Google Kanye, and find them on Def Poetry. I want 50 years from now people to Google and find John Burke, or Google and find Jene, or Google and find the poets that were here on the sanctuary. I want this to live for forever. So thank y'all for being a part of this journey, and I really hope that it can really, really reach that vision. With that being said, we got one more poem before the intermission. Can y'all say, "Aw"? One more before the intermission, yes. So this next poet, man, he is as swole as he is nice. And that's a hard combination to me, okay? I've never met a man so aki, yet so kind at the same time. I've just, those two things don't always coexist in the same time. Gentle giant for sure. When he's not spitting fire, he's putting out fire. He's also a firefighter. So I know that's a bar, and I'm mad at a bar because we got 2 firefighters. I got to come with something else for the next firefighter. But when he's not putting out fires, he's spitting fire. Can y'all make some noise right now? Coming from Jersey City. He's a firefighter by day, a poet by night. Give it up for my man, Theron. All the way to the stage. Yeah. Look at him. Just the Black Hulk. Look at him. Just whoa. Look, yeah.
When the girl's first kiss came from double Dutch ropes over blacktops, and the only thing us boys cared about was Pokemon and the Pink Ranger, my neighborhood held block parties. And these were like birthdays for kids whose parents couldn't afford to throw them. Family for those who wanted to be parents but couldn't afford the kids. The sound of quarter juices wedged between our tires made our bikes sound like motorcycles. And we would race them, weave them like time through a generation of jukebox feet and those with clocks in their hips, because it was always time for the percolator. And that's how I remember block parties. So when the Jump Out Boys host their own block parties, they sound so unfamiliar. I don't recall the white chalk or the red and blue strobe lights. They say the red and blue strobe lights are for you to boogie to. Not boogie like when you run, but to freeze and get down. Hey, because the police will be the DJs. Yes, the police will be the DJs at the white chalk block parties. The streets will be yellow tape caution, and we will throw our hands in the air, and they will shoot like they just don't care. Oh yeah. Scratch 48 gunshot tracks for the unarmed and compliant, and Miss Miranda Wright will have nothing to say. She will remain silent as things get viggity violent. Yes, y'all. It's going to be live and in full effect, coming to a hood, suburb, or a rural near you. It's the white chalk block party, and if you would rather enjoy it sitting at home with a fresh bottle of brew, that's cool. Just make sure you turn into any channel news, because this will be breaking hearts and branches, all family trees breaking everything but the law, because we ain't appreciate those. We traded those for security, And now we have plenty. CCTVs and drones with Superman vision, X-ray lenses to bear witness on how you choose to go about your daily business. We are the apple of Big Brother's eye. Possible suspects in one hoodie in Arizona iced tea away from being terrorists. They would label you a threat. This white chalk block party might be starring me. It's already featured 23-year-old Amadou Diallo, 16-year-old Kamani Gray, 19-year-old Timothy Stransberry, 20-year-old Orlando Ballo, 29-year-old Ashley Alonso, 23-year-old Sean Bell, and that list, it goes on, and Trayvon. And for those who gave you a shout out, they'll only be acquitted to go find fresh new faces to make famous. So I hope you ready, because they'll be ready, but SWAT team ready. Riot Gear, Riot Shell, Billy Club ready. There's at least 500 white chalk block parties a year. So all year long.
One more time for Theron, y'all. One more time for Theron. If y'all enjoying yourself, can y'all make some noise real quick? Make some noise. All right, so we are about to go into intermission. Before we go to intermission, if any of this sounds kind of good to you, make a sound that agrees with that. All right, does jerk barbecue wings sound kind of good? All right, does garlic noodles sound kind of good? Does tuna salad sound kind of good? Come on, y'all. If y'all are hungry, my point, if y'all are hungry, we got food in the back. So please take some time, get some food. Be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Mix and mingle. Look at the merch. Pour yourself something to drink. Back in about 5 to 10 minutes, y'all. Enjoy the intermission. All right, y'all ready for the second half of the poetry? Say word. Say word. All right, cool. We're going to get to it. So for this next performance is a bit of a treat for you. She wasn't on the lineup, but she's still going to give y'all a little surprise. This next poet has a one-woman show coming up on December 13th. The one-woman show is titled The Magic in the Middle. I want to say something else, but I'm not going to say something else. Can y'all start clapping right now? Give it up for coming from Harlem. The creator Soul House, the star of the woman show Magic in the Middle. Give it up for Brittany, Burke, all the way to the stage, all the way to the stage, all the way to the stage.
My Aunt Robin always had her music on Wake the Neighbors loud. If she was pulling up, best believe she was gonna shake your block. The bass with Lil' Kim's lyrics gunning through her car speakers made her arrival feel like a drive-by. The kind of woman you heard before you saw coming. It was the genesis of July. I was fresh out of Catholic school, eager for a break, still holding a few Hail Marys in my mouth while the notorious KIM CD played in rotation like rosary beads. I ride to the Bronx, backseat of her car, with old cornrows feeding to be redone. See, Auntie was a hairstylist with a palace on the umpteenth floor of Claremont Projects. I say it was an inner city high-rise. A hater would tell you it was a NYCHA building that barely touched heaven. A hater would say ghetto girls don't get to be fabulous, but in this narrative, they do. Auntie was multilingual, could dizzy you with a dialect of patois or gutter bitch. Cut her off in the wrong sentence and it can get real disrespectful. She taught me how to pepper my tongue, how to make a word burn, and I don't know if it was the heat beating through her sunroof or the fire of Kim's lyrics. I just know I grew a lexicon that made people sweat. Talk to me too tough and I would scotch bonnet your open wound, could bruise, misuse the beauty of how Auntie learned to survive the ghetto. She was fabulous. And no matter what people say, what, we had it going on. Kim's album was the soundtrack to my 7th summer. Ad-libbed by cop cars and ice cream trucks, it was an urban symphony. It was the AC ain't doing his job hot. The era when Nelly made sweatbands fashion statements, when music exposed its area code, Atlanta with that crunk, Texas hydraulics in slow-mo. Cali with that smooth coastline flow. And of course, New York City with the calm and gritty. I had yet to learn why nobody wanted to rumble with the B, huh? Why every time Kim opened her lips, niggas ducked like she was spitting rose-petaled bullets. A beautiful casualty, how she slayed with a neon and a 16, with a neon wig and a 16. Who else could teach us how to barbed wire something so delicate? How to confess a soft truth in the language of razor blades. I never knew or understood why New York girls had to be bred this way until I saw how the streets tried to slap our mothers around. How it strangled the sun and salt water out of Caribbean girls. Auntie arrived from far with her siblings, smelling like the Atlantic and Casrip. Soon she traded in her foreign to fit in. Homesickness for a cigarette. Bread and tea for a Fruity Loop breakfast. Her green card for a Metro card, but never the language. Her gutter muddied my diction. Her aura took the training wheels off my stutter. Her rage showed me how to spit fire from my chest at an age I didn't know how to translate my feelings yet. In this narrative, ghetto girls do get to be fabulous. Box cutter and warm eyes, fabulous. Hop the turnstile and skip the sneaker line for Jordan's, fabulous. He asked for my government, so I pointed to my name, belt, and chain, fabulous. In this narrative, ghetto girls do get to be fabulous. Kool-Aid and martini glass, fabulous. Pin curls or doobie under silk head wrap, fabulous. Made the struggle look lightweight, fabulous. I said what I said, fabulous. Aunties get back after every setback. Her fire after every extinguished lover. Every soft season she packed the ammo in I owe her. For the summer I learned to talk so heavy you could hear the concrete in it. Imagine me at age 7, inheriting a new tongue, returning to Catholic school 2 months later with Tim boots and the dialect. Thank you.
One more time for Brittany, y'all. One more time for Brittany. One more time for Brittany. Y'all, if you enjoyed what you heard, that poem will be one of the poems she's performing at her One Woman show. She has a whole bunch of other new work, so please come through, support Brittany, support poetry, support what she's doing. One more time for Brittany Barker, y'all. All right, let's see if y'all remember what y'all supposed to remember. So this next poet has a book titled Stay. How much is it? $20. Only $20. He also had basically free. We're gonna do it again because he also has an anthology that's also it's also 20. Oh, my bad. It's the wine. All right, so he also has an anthology collection. $20. Only $20. That's basically free. Yeah, so this next poet, I'm actually very excited to have him part of the show. To me, it's really rare to get poets that don't live in New York City to be here in time of a show, like to be here on this day, or this month, at this time. He's actually visiting and leaves back to Long Beach in 2 days. So I heard him perform once, and I was like, nah, I gotta see him again, and I want the Sanctuary crowd to experience his work. So this next poet coming all the way from Long Beach, California. He's a poet. He's an author. He also does one-on-one writing sessions, one-on-one poetry writing and songwriting sessions. Can you start clapping right now? Give it up for Micah Bornes, all the way to the stage.
Okay, class. Today, we will be doing an exercise called the privilege walk. Everyone line up against the back wall. I'll be reading a series of statements. When you hear something that is true of your life, simply take one step forward. Take one step forward if either of your parents graduated from college. Take one step forward if you or your family never had to move because of financial hardship. Take one step forward if you were raised with butlers, maids, or gardeners. and so on and so forth. And by the end of the exercise, most of the black and brown kids will make very little progress, and they will likely feel embarrassed. Most of the white kids will glide to the front of the pack, and they will also feel embarrassed. But some of them might be excited like they won the game, and I can't blame them because they kind of did. And it's not a competition, but it kind of is. And there are no winners and losers, but there definitely are. And race is a make-believe Caucasian fantasy, but in reality, you absolutely can get murdered for it. My half-black, half-privileged rapper, activist, educator friend, the one tasked with leading the students through this terribly awkward walk of shame, began to question the prompts, began to wonder what this exercise might look like, imagined through a different set of assumed values. Privilege walk, the remix. Take one step forward if you ever rap battled a sibling. Take one step forward if you routinely cook or eat dishes with 7 or more spices in them. Take one step forward if you got an army of cousins, uncles, and aunties that are not related by blood or marriage. Take one step forward if you ever dreamed something and then it happened in real life. If anyone ever prophesied over you, anointed your head with oil. Take one step forward if you know how to respond when I proclaim God is good and all the time. Babosha Shando. Take one step forward if you or your loved ones have ever spoken in tongues. Take one step forward if more than one language was spoken in your home. Take one step forward if your parents played mariachi, reggae, bachata, merengue, Bollywood, compa, reggaeton, soca, or any sort of indigenous folk music. Take one step forward if your people are known for their rhythm and drums. Take one step forward if you celebrate holidays most Americans can't even get off their tongue. Take one step forward if you be stunting, historically fly, bedazzled in traditional attire for culturally significant special occasions. Take one step forward if you ate tamales on Christmas, good luck gumbo on New Year's Day, been at a black-owned brunch spot where all the customers in a restaurant transformed into a gospel choir. Take one step forward if your ancestors were accused of having magical powers. Take one step forward if you just might have supernatural abilities yourself. Take one step forward if you can speak without words. If you ever walked into a room with a smirk and an eye roll and became best friends with everyone who shares your skin tone. Take one step forward if you ever had a conversation with a forest. If that same forest raised your great-great-great-great-grandmother. If your ancestors taught you how to levitate, how to escape shackles, how to wade through swamps of ignorance without a drop of deceit clinging to your skin. Take one step forward if you were taught to be friends with the divine. Take one step forward if God ever asked you for advice. Take one step forward if the hope and the wisdom and the people and traditions you get to call your heritage have privileged your soul with so much beauty it almost feels unfair.
Wow. Wow. Yes. Yes. How many of y'all have done that activity before? Like the one step forward. It really is embarrassing. It's like, yo, why am I being on blast like this? Micah, thank you for that. One more time for Micah, y'all. Give it up for Micah, y'all. Give it up for Micah. All right. So, fun fact about this next poet. The first time I met this next poet was also the first time I met my wife. You know, mine and Brittany's first date was at a open mic, and when he went to this open mic, this brother was at this open mic as well. First time I met this brother, so he's been a part of my experience of poetry in New York City, and it's been a pleasure to be in community with him. He also he's a two-time published author. His most recent work, titled The Other Day, is here for sale. $20. Y'all doing wonderful. So coming from the Bronx, he also is the host, one of the hosts and co-hosts of Give It Up for the Harlem Bomb Shelter. Y'all, one time for Harlem Bomb Shelter. if you have been to a Harlem Bomb Shelter event, can y'all make some noise real quick? Can y'all make some noise? From the Boogie Down Bronx, host of the Harlem Bomb Shelter, make some noise right now. Give it up for my boy, Poetic Boy D, all the way to the stage, y'all. All the way to the stage, yeah. And he got a fresh cut and a fresh retwist. That boy fly.
I should know how to do this, right? Yeah. My microphone's easier. You see what I'm saying? Hey, yo, God. You mean to tell me that I died and no one in this room cared? Was I not memorable? Did my smile or laugh offend? Did I play too much? Were they numb when I thought they were physically or emotionally touched? Was I delusional? When I thought they would care? When I would breathe? Did I happen to take up too much of the air? When my heart used to beat like a drum line of 1,000 men for them, was it too loud for their ears? Was I even there? Did I exist? Was my existence something that everyone missed and that's why I'm not missed? Do I sound crazy? Was my life just a dream and maybe none of it even happened? Was everyone acting? Playing roles in my life whenever you said action? Did the reactions to love, hate, beginnings, and closure really end when this movie was over? It hurts. Was it allowed to hurt? As a brother, as a son, as a friend, what the hell? What the heaven was I worth? I had moments with them. Valued moments with them at my memory's door, trying to enter, when they wouldn't even look through their mind for thoughts to remember. Did I not love? Did I not love enough? Did I love too much? Are they happy I'm in the skies? Have they taken off their disguise? The one that made me believe that I mattered, that I'd be remembered after, that me leaving this earth would be a disaster, nothing but a disaster. How could no one care? Am I the only one surprised? Am I the only one surprised that in a lineup for this crime that tears wouldn't even recognize their eyes? Is that how they really feel? Did the host even ask how I was killed? Was my life a waste? After all the emotion that I poured and spilled out into the open, was my life a waste? I know that when you go, you should never want the mourning to stay, but how do you react when everything is so dark and they don't notice that your mourning never came? When you're gone, are you allowed to go insane? Hey, yo, God. Yo!
One more time for Poetic Boy D, y'all. One more time. I feel like there's a lot of God mentioned in the room. I love that. One more time for Poetic Boy D, y'all. So this next poet, in my mind, if I had to put her into a sentence, she personifies grace. She's so graceful. One of my favorite poet voices also. She is from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but right now representing Harlem. Give it up for Harlem in the building. She had a sold out one woman show called The Crown She Wears. It was sold out and it toured nationally. And she had a poetry video that was nominated in the Poetry Film Festival recently. Give it up for that. Can y'all make some noise right now for Milwaukee, Wisconsin, by way of Harlem? Give it up for the next poet, Mariah Scott, all the way to the stage.
If you want to teach a black girl how to find herself, tell her that her words are a gateway to the home she discovered in the fire she let roam in her belly. A language that built a bridge between the dark room she chose to silence her body in and the blank page she chose to expose all her secrets to, the classroom. The classroom was the first time I learned that stories were a conversation the author had between herself, a dialogue made up of imagery and metaphors she used to make sense of her own world. My teacher noticed the gift of writing in me, said it was something about the way I played on words that made all the worlds I imagined feel familiar. This was the first time I accepted language as a gift, a place for me to honor the writer I was becoming, to use poetry as a way to get to know the parts of me I had yet to transcribe. I started writing to find myself. I kept writing to protect myself. If you want to kill a black girl's dream, teach her to tell stories that don't belong to her, to exchange her girlhood for a cause she was never meant to die for. When I was 12, my poetry started to feel like a stage play, where I was taught to blend in more than I should stand out. My voice would often get lost in the shuffle, trying to push its way through the smoke and mirrors that tried to silence it. I let this world starve the human from my lines and replace it with black bodies who hung lifeless from each stanza. I would stand in rooms, giving you my best performance, adjusting my pitch and shedding a tear or two to make this dress rehearsal feel more believable. I abandoned myself for a louder applause, while my body grew numb to my own voice, because she couldn't tell the difference between my truth and another poet's story. If you want to teach a black girl how to honor her gifts, remind her of the light she has buried inside of her bones, reminder of why she picked up a pen in the first place. I write for the little black girl who was taught to look outside of herself for permission to speak her own truth. For the little black girl who believes her story only matters when her pen bleeds. For black bodies who hug cement sidewalks more than their bedroom floors. And before this stage and these lights and this mic, I would write for myself. The first book I ever wrote was about a dragon who lost her fire and searched the entire globe looking for it, only to find that it was buried beneath her all along. Some days, I wonder if my younger self knew that one day I'd be that dragon, that one day I would have to return to myself to recover what I had lost, a voice with a purpose I had yet to acknowledge. Thank you.
Wow, one more time for Mariah, y'all. One more time for Mariah. One more time for Mariah. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. All right, as I mentioned earlier, I recently... Thank you, Quincy. I recently moved to New Jersey. Shout out Jersey in the building. And one thing I've learned about my time in Jersey is one of the unfortunate things about the New York poetry scene is that it can be so siloed in a way that we don't know how much skill and talent is just next door in Jersey. And I think one of my goals for tonight is to let some of the world know about just how far Jersey is. And I always like finding poets that I haven't really heard of. So this next poet, I saw him online at first, and I'm like, yo, he's from Jersey. Where have I been? And he's fire. He actually is the most recent first place champion winner of the Friday of the Slam House Creative House Slam competition. So the next poet comes to the stage from Newark, New Jersey. He is a 2025 Southern Fried Slam finalist, which is a hard thing to do. It's a national competition. Start clapping right now. Start clapping right now. Give it up for Silent Night. All the way to the stage. All the way to the stage. All the way to the stage.
I'm not doing any slam shit, bro. All right. I know you see me looking at you, and I see you seeing me seeing you, trying to force the creases of your lips from raising my heart, palpitating at a swift allegro, mimicking drumsticks ricocheting off snares, and I can't tell if this signals wedding bells or warfare. I would say something, but I'm afraid the harmonious words composed in my head would slip out as a clashing cacophony, a dissonance your ears will turn into a wasteland. Deem me another boy hoping to get girl undressed with no goals to see her soul naked, to hold her heart as if it was a newborn baby, but baby, I'm different. The first thing I noticed wasn't the pencil red dress in which your breasts tried to commit grand larceny, stealing attention from your face, or how it clung tight to your curvaceous body like two distant lovers in fear of never being seen again. It was your eyes, chestnut brown with an odd glimmer of hope despite all the hell you've been through your skin. Kissed with a rich melanin to hide the bruises your past lovers left your hair in a protective style. Cause mama said black girls are only beautiful once they learn how to burn. Told putting something under heat makes diamonds, but you are gold. I will speak praises to every inch of your body until enough spit lands in insecurity's eye socket so he'll go blind. But if I tried to say this, it would come out as a stuttering syncopation, cause you make my heart bounce off beat. So instead, I asked around for your name, found you on Instagram, and now I'm just waiting to slide in them DMs. Day 14 to 21. I followed you and you followed me, so obviously we're meant to be, right? See, when I heart-eyed your story, I wasn't just liking it. I was virtually shooting Cupid's arrow, praying his potion would make you mine, because my lungs began imitating landmines without you. Then, out the blue, you replied, "Thank you, handsome." I can't lie. I kicked my feet a little, then devised a plan to get your number. I thought I would say something clever like, "Man, shorty, what your ring size is?" No, that's terrible, right? So instead, I just replied, "You're welcome, gorgeous," and from there we made magic. Text turned to FaceTime, and just looking at you unleashed enough butterflies to throw off Earth's ecology. We spoke of everything under the sun, including why you hide in its shadow. We spoke of insecurity, and I admitted my elaborate plan to assassinate him since the first time I laid eyes on you. We spoke of hurt, a stalker who doesn't understand restraining orders, found you even after entering witness protection. We spoke of love, an amnesic partner who makes promises of forever, but forgets to hold you the morning after. We spoke of men who left you the morning after with the morning after, scholars of seduction handwriting dissertations to get in between sheets. I will immortalize you between sheets. My pen will make love to the thought of you. I didn't believe in love at first sight until your name was the only song ringing in my head. I don't know if this signals wedding bells or warfare, but I choose to believe it's the former. And I want to hear this song again. Thank you.
One more time for Silent Night, y'all. One more time for Silent Night. Y'all may have heard me throughout the night talk about slam. For those of you who don't know poetry like that, slam is a whole world out here. Like a whole world, a whole different like galaxy of poetry where poets really battle like to the death. And this brother is really running things, and really, in my mind, is really the future of slam. So one more time for Silent Night, y'all. One more time. All right, so I've been doing poetry for a while, and as a poet who's been doing poetry for a while, I've seen many different types of poetry merch and things to sell. I've seen books, I've seen hats, I've seen shirts, I've seen hoodies, I've seen bags. What I've not seen is lip gloss. But we got some poetry lip gloss for sale today. All right? So this next poet is coming from Brooklyn. Shout out Brooklyn in the house. Make some noise for Brooklyn, y'all. Make some noise for Brooklyn. So this next poet has some lip gloss for sale. $8. Yeah. It actually is basically free. I see a few of them back there. I would love for all that to be sold out before the night's over. It's called Poetry Prout NYC, and also is going to be inspired by the poem that she's going to be performing tonight. So yeah, can y'all make some noise right now? Can y'all make some noise right now? Give it up from Brooklyn, New York, the creator of Poetry Prout. Give it up for Gessie.
It is 3 a.m. on a Tuesday night in Northern California. And me and my homegirls are posted outside of Apple iPhone headquarters. I got Keisha on my left with a bat and some rope just in case we can't make it past security. I got Ashley on my right with some prints and some code sheets because she was always the nerdy one in college. And then, of course, there's me, the brains of this outfit, and we are here for one reason and one reason only: to hack the computers, break into the iClouds of our ex-boyfriends, and delete all of the nudes we've ever sent them. Keisha squats down, and Ashley stands on Keisha's shoulders, and I stand on Ashley's, and we got just enough leverage to make it to the first floor window. We couldn't afford a ladder, so we held each other up. Because we hold each other down, we smash the glass, hop in the lab, and get to work. And no, we're not sorry, because Apple property just be collateral damage in the war of the wounded heart. Apple iPhone software be a cheating, lying man's playground. Look how easy they make it for these dudes to step out on us. Incognito browser, do not disturb, hide read receipts, dark mode. But tonight ain't nothing darker than the storm we've been plotting on the men who once thought us to be their shining stars, and a star I was when he said pose for me baby, and I turned my bedroom into a set like lights, camera, action, ass clapping, serving X-rated content just to be rated by my ex who was never content. They say us girls ain't really tech savvy. I say it's nothing to go from a woman scorned to a woman skilled. That heartbreak to hobby pipeline will have you willing to risk it all, and best believe I bore it all before a lens, only to find that my boobs ain't enough to ward off secret booze, that no matter how much I flash him, he still won't focus on me. Got me filtering the memory until it's unrecognizable confusion, like, did he make me cry or did he make my eyes come? But we laugh and we dance until we're taken to the bookings. But that's okay, because this one's for the books, as I smile in my mugshot. After all, it wouldn't be the first time I took a picture I might regret later.
One more time for Gessie, y'all. One more time for Gessie. One more time for Gessie. If you like that poem, don't just clap for her. Go buy some lip gloss. It actually is Christmas around the corner, so whether it's a white elephant, maybe Secret Santa, give somebody some lip gloss. Cool. If y'all enjoying yourself tonight, can y'all make some noise real quick? Can y'all make some noise for me? Yes. I appreciate y'all. Y'all been doing phenomenal as an audience. All right, as a black man who grew up in America, if I am in a space with police officers, I'm not necessarily going to feel much safer in that room. Not at all, right? For a fact. But I will say, if I am in a room with some firefighters, I feel pretty safe. If a fire were to happen right now, I'm not stopping, dropping, and rolling. I'm looking at like, hey, help me, please. Okay, we got two firefighters in the house right now. So if fire happen, I feel very safe right now. This next poet, as a poet, we are often inspired by the poets that we share space with. And this poet is actually one of my favorite poets that I share community with. And as good of a poet he is, in my mind, and he's also an equally good person. Just always kind, always nice, always feel a lot of love. Anytime I share space with this brother, I always feel the love from him. So I'm really happy he's in this space. So from Jersey City, he also clap right now from Jersey City. He is a two-time national haiku champion. He plays second with Team New Jeru in 2023. Give it up for John Burke. Yeah, all the way to the stage. All the way to the stage. Yeah. Appreciate you, brother.
For Joe, the second grade field trip to the planetarium. And y'all, I would never forget how hard it was for me to spell the word friend correctly as a kid. I would always switch the I and the E. And I remember my second grade teacher, Miss Santos, she told me, John, I always comes first. When we were young, midnight dragged itself across our bodies, the godless sky like black satin, the stars spread out like diamonds, the night draped in decadence. And how hard we worked at being unproductive, living for the nights that took years off our lives. We, the brightest hour of the night, sought sustenance in substances, this weightlessness, the drop of our throats, a tiny sphere to disappear our fears, this personal planet dissolving into this oblivion, this black hole, and us the worst best friends, oxymorons. Oxycodone, our new oxygen, all this open air. We lived for the acoustics of friendship you could sing in. And the moon, it hung bereft, watching us like an audience at our execution. What gravity. How shooting stars can turn to shooting tar. How dealers will move from the corner to the counter, but then back to the corner. My thoughts, this wretched orbit, because who needs hope when there's heroin? Who looks for a hero when they're the villain? This dreary delirium with blood clots and parking lots, lying to you all the while continuing to get high with you as your car fills up with smoke. I choke on every word building up in my throat like resin. How I should have said something. Thought you resilient, dreamt you endless. Concealed my feelings in my bedroom ceiling, and if those walls could talk shit, I wonder if they would have. So what does that say about me? Trying to make pleasure and happiness mean the same thing. Trying to swallow sorrow and still make it to tomorrow, and I may not know who I am, but I know who I haven't been, and I'm so sorry. And y'all, some nights I can still hear Miss Santos's voice, right? John, it's easy, she'd say. The word friend. The last three letters are E-N-D, so just remember the phrase. Friends, to the end.
One more time for John, y'all. One more time for John. One more time for John. All right, y'all, we have come down to the last poet of the night. The last poet of the night. I know. Man, this next poet. I just love finding new poets. I just love it because I someone who's around this work for so long, you see all the same amazing poets, but it's really rare to find somebody. And I saw this poet. The poet blew me away. I heard him. I was in my mind. I was like, who is this nigga? Have you ever had that thought? Like, who is this? A person? Where did he come from? That was my reaction when I first experienced this person's work, his artistry. What else I want to say is, if you look around the world, around the room right now, there are many people from Jersey here, and I'm mentioning that because Jersey is so close, and they come to New York singing so often. This is my ask for those in the room, for the poets in the room who are from New York, to make that trip to Jersey too. There are platforms there, there's space there, there's poetry, there's really passionate poetry happening in Jersey. And I say that because this next poet is the host of an open mic in Newark called The Residency. So can y'all start clapping right now? From Newark, New Jersey, host of The Residency. Give it up for my man, Craige Bradley, y'all.
I'm out here with y'all for a minute. How y'all doing tonight? Peace. Oh, damn. The camera good? All right, cool. No problem. I just wanted, since this is the last performance of the night, can we have a little bit of fun? Is that all right? I just want to clap our hands and stomp your feet, do whatever feels good at that point, right? But I'm working on this song, and we put this together with my band called Sexy Black and the Chocolate Crew. Right? So this is some new works that I'm doing, and then I'll get into a poem to finish it off, right? She said she'd be the death of me, and I loved her so. I let that woman be the death of me. Now I let her go, 'cause she was in love, in love with the money, yeah. I let that woman be the death of me. And here's the words that she said. Before I leave, before I go, before I leave, before I go, before I leave, before I go, before I go, before I leave, before I go, before I leave, before I go, before I leave, before I go, before I go. A little bit softer now, a little bit softer now, a little bit softer now, and a little bit louder now, and a little bit louder now, and a little bit louder now, and a little bit before I leave, before I go, before I leave, before I go, before I leave, before I go, before I go. Today I've come to the realization that I am black. The type of black you can't avoid. I'm black, like a void or a black hole that sucks you in during its darkest hours. I'm darker than midnight at 12:01. I'm black like coffee with no cream. I'm black with no need for sunscreen. I'm black like ain't no sunshine. Black like burnt ends. I'm blacker than a bed for the Indian. Black like I came out the womb with nappy hair. Black like I like the back of the bus because it's cooler back there. Black like Sunday school. Black like take your time, Pastor. Black like this nigga so black he purple. Black like your mama jokes. Black like your mama jokes that turned into a fight. I'm dark like a house without no lights. I'm black like using the oven for heat. I'm black like balling up a fitted sheet. I'm black like take off your good clothes before you go outside. Black like be home before the street lights. Black like the only thing blacker than me is the color black. And the only thing blacker than that is God. And that's the type of black you can't see. I'm the type of black that represents God. And the first thing you'll see as you blink to heaven, I'm black like the only reason you knew light existed. I'm black like I'm the father color. I'm black like the ones they call brother. I'm black like God. Black like Allah. Black like Timbuktu. Black like wing glue. Black like in living color. Black like all the colors combined. I'm black like a pupil of your eye. I'm black like God. Black like God. Black like God. Black like in the beginning black like God. Black like God. Black like in the beginning black like in the end, black like in the womb, black like in the tomb, black like
Wow, wow. One more time for Mr. Craige Bradley, y'all. One more time for Craige Bradley. One more time for Craige Bradley. Yes, 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 yes. All right, if you have enjoyed some poetry tonight, can y'all make some noise one time? Make some noise. First and foremost, thank you to all the poets in the room. The night would not have been with us without any of you. Thank you to all the poets, y'all. Thank you to the audience for giving us your energy and your time. Thank you to Smack Village for having us. Thank you very much for having us. All right, so we are going to close the poetry, but feel free to get some more food, get some more drinks. You don't have to go home right now, so feel free to hang around a little bit if you like to hang around a little bit. The night is still kind of young, so pour up, and the DJ will give us some tunes. So thank y'all for coming. The next show will be the 24th of January. We're doing this once every other month, so stay tuned. Follow us at The Sanctuary Poetry on Instagram. Thank y'all, and have a wonderful night. Oh, wait. Yes, can I get all the poets to the stage? Everyone else, have a good time. Thank y'all for coming through. All the poets to the stage. 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 And if you know the song too, sing along to the song too. Yeah. All the poets to the stage. All the poets to the stage. All the poets to the stage. Hey. All the poets to the stage. All the poets to the stage. Brittany, that includes you. All the poets to the stage. 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 All the poets.